Masachaba, thank you for joining us. We are here having a dialogue with regular South Africans about, their reaction to the dialogue that's being held by the president and others at UNISA. What's your reaction to some of the statements the president has made? He's been asking questions. Well, in his opening remarks of the national dialogue, he asked questions about why is unemployment still so high? Why are some people still living in poverty? Why aren't jobs forthcoming? Or why are clinics running out of medication? What would your response be to that?
Okay. Before I can answer the question, I would just like to say something concerning the national dialogue itself. To most of us who are down here, who are affected by all these questions that the president was asking, this was not a national dialogue. It was a national monologue. Actually, not even a national, but it was a monologue of friends that came together and were discussing what is not affecting them, but what is affecting everybody else that they have left outside. The president asked questions, but he's asking those questions to wrong people. Those questions were supposed to come to us. We were the ones who were supposed to be engaged in all of these questions. First and foremost, if a president is asking us, what is the reason for unemployment? That becomes a very worrying issue. A whole president of a country cannot be asking such a question because we are expecting answers. We are expecting him to be the one who is giving us answers concerning all of that. He knows very well why the economy is not growing and why the economy is where it is right now. The policies are there on paper, but they are not implementing them. Until such time that all these policies that they come up with, they implement them and take them serious and stop everything else that they are doing, especially corruption. You know, corruption is one of the worst things that has happened under the very same president who commissioned the Zondo Commission to address this. It is very, very worrying, to tell the honest truth, as citizens, for us to look at what is happening currently, because it is worse than ever.
No, I absolutely agree with you, Mimas Chaba, and that the dialogue is supposed to be citizen-led, right? The doors of dialogue are supposed to be open to regular people on the streets. What would your message be, other than dealing and tackling with corruption? What other message would you send to the president, to people in positions of power who have the ability to change the economy or to finally implement those laws that are on the books? How would you like to see them proceed from here on forth?
I would love to see them engaging people firstly. Secondly, I would like them to remember and recall why they are where they are. They are there to serve, not to self-save. Currently, we are having a self-saving government that is not serving the citizens of this country. If you look at what is happening currently, if you go into townships and look as to what is happening, the high unemployment rate is not only affecting people that have not gone to school, it's affecting people that are graduates, people that have masters, even professional medical doctors. You know, they should stop this thing of theirs that they are doing, wherein they are lying, sitting together and lying to each other and ignoring the very people that are being affected by all of this. We really, really need a government that engages us. We really, really need a government that understands what saving is. We really need people who have passion in addressing our issues. South Africa doesn't have that much of a problem. If every money that is in South Africa was channeled in the right way, every one of us would be successful.
All right. So we are joined by Malumi.
Igama Mpostoli Mahlangu.
Postoli Mahlangu, thank you for joining us, Malome. We just wanted to get your reaction to some of the statements that the president made during the national dialogue, asking questions about why do so many people still live in poverty today? Why is unemployment still so high? Why are clinics running out of medication and equipment? What is your position? What is your take on all of that?
I think there are quite a number of issues. Like, for instance, we've been told that I think 33% of our youth are unemployed. But not only that. Remember, everybody who's applying, there are red tapes. In South Africa, if you apply for a job opportunity or any other thing. There's an age gap. But now my question says, what do you do with the graduates that are above 35? What do you do with graduates that, like for instance, we are told that people have got criminal records. We agree. You know, when you're a criminal, you need to go to prison and what. You rehabilitate me, you give me PhD. Then I'm gonna stall with a PhD in this country. But however, one thing that is concerning, quite a number of parliamentarians, they've got skeletons whatsoever, but they're not even below 35. Why are these guys talking about pensions? But look at the president. How old is the president? I think he's a pensioner. No, but to me, it says unemployment is based on the fact that the richer becomes the rich become richer, because I think like for instance, you can check even now surroundings. Don't think that these people are loitering. Some of them, they are just taking a stroll. It's difficult to stay at home. So I believe until the government come to the grassroots level, I'm quite sure the president doesn't know where I live in Winterfeld, doesn't know some street in Alexander, doesn't even know some areas in Eastern Cape. You can count Abu Kumbu, Abu Tikeni, Konsela, and whatsoever. You see, I'm counting places that I'm sure. So, but I think the platform of national dialogue, it's okay. But I think the president is too late about him talking about it. Remember, not so long the president is going. Yeah, but that's my take and that's my opinion. Yeah.
Thank you, Buti. Thank
Yeah,
you
well.
very much. All right, cool. We're joined by a young man named Maruping. And Maruping, I just wanted to get your reaction to some of the statements the president made at the National Dialogue about why unemployment is still so high, why South Africa is still so plagued with crime, why hospitals, for example, run out of medication. What's your take on that?
It's a bit tricky, it's a bit tricky because then I heard a statement. I'm not sure if I can state I heard it from who, but right. He did say if you do have a degree, then there are jobs for you. But then it's kind of a bit of a tricky situation because multiple people did not even get their matrics, did not get the opportunity to get their matrics. So if they can't get jobs that fall under their caliber, then it makes life difficult for them. Not everyone is going to perform in school. That's a fact. So we have to make an opportunity for people that can't perform in school.
So why do you think there are no opportunities for people who maybe have not acquired, a matric or a degree? Why do you think jobs are not forthcoming in this country?
I would say consideration. If the people can complain, yes, but if in parliament they don't bring it up, then it will never be seen. If the parliament doesn't bring it up and all they care about is getting seats and talking about getting more land and like things that don't really affect us but affect us, we need to bring it up. They have to see it for what it is. If we don't say such people don't have jobs because they cannot see I and L, then we need to make a plan for those people that can't see I and L, but they can still do something that provides food in the house.
Right. Well, there you have it from Maruping. Okay. Cool. Curbside National Dialogue. We're joined by Kerry here. Kerry, from issues emanating from the National Dialogue, what do you think is the biggest thing the government needs to prioritize?
The government should prioritize unemployment. Unemployment is increasing, and us as the youth, it's pointless going to school and studying while you won't get a job. You understand? So that's the boring part. So they should increase unemployment. Decrease unemployment so that the crime also can decrease. Because also crime, the main factor of crime is because of unemployment. If you don't get money, the only way you can get money is by stealing and all that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Joining us. We're just reflecting on the national dialogue, but doing it curbside with South Africans such as yourself. What issues do you think the government needs to prioritize as this dialogue is ongoing?
Well, I think, I've been thinking about the 15%, 15.5% tax increase that were very topical at the beginning of this tax year. And for me personally, I feel that they conceded on increasing the VAT in the budget, but they're laughing behind the backs of the South African consumer and South African citizens because all they've done is find other sneaky ways of making up that deficit. Things like levies and tariffs on plastic packaging has gone up. Municipal tax rates have gone up. So they're still finding a way, but it's so hidden from us, we don't know that we're paying for that. For me, the message to the government is the people of this country works hard for what we have. No matter your class, your race, your income status, our money should work for us. So be smart, stop the corruption, and do what's right by the South African citizens. There's lots of money here, there's lots of talent, there's good people here, and it's a crying shame that we have to keep on paying the price for corruption.